welcome back, and this is going to be the last video of this tutorial series, and we're going to be going over basically wrapping up everything about our config. So this far we've made our crosshair, we've made our view model, we've made our config file, we've did our launch options, and now we're just going to go over some extra things that will help you out when you're playing Counter-Strike. So things that you can do prior to playing, things that are in the game options that may reset, just things that we need to go over. So instead of going over one of these at a time, I'm just going to show you what I have in mind. So as you can see, I have the view model, my crosshair, and up here I have everything else. So right here, and actually we'll do this together, help organize my code a little bit. We have line 1, and in line 1 I could just as easily open this in Notepad, so it'd be a little bit easier for you guys to see. I think it's not that much difference in Notepad++. Again, if you want Notepad++, it's a lot better. Go download it, Notepad++, .net or something like that. Just Google it. First line we have volume 1, and now what this does on CSGO, it just makes that the volume is always set to 1, and that's so that you get your best quality volume. If you want to turn it down, you can just turn it down as you go. I have a mix amp, so I always have mine at 1, then I can use my mix amp to turn it down as I go. So this is the volume. Sorry, volume in game. And if you put a dash dash, that means comment. So you can make comments that don't mess with the code. So next we have voice scale. And this is just the voice of other players. Next we have the HUD scale, which is just the size of the HUD. And next we have something called CL command rate or CMD rate. And we're going to want to set that as 128. So this is just the command rate. Next we have the CL update rate, and this is just the rate at which the game updates. So update rate, and you're gonna want to put all these in your auto config. And none of these are, as you see in my last video, you know what I'm talking about. These are all commands that are needed. So next we have FPS max 0. This ensures that your FPS is not capped. Sorry. Next we have disable message of the day, which disables the message of the day when you join a game. Next we have makes ahead, which just basically gives us a better overall can't think of the word, it makes the footsteps and everything, from when players move or when they reload, it makes it better in a higher quality. So it's just higher quality audio. Next we have crosshair sniper width, just ensures that the width of the op or any sniper is as thick as possible. Next we have team ID overhead, which allows you to see your teammates' triangle pointers above their heads through walls. And that's very helpful, and that's actually a new command. So CL show team equipment, which just shows other team's equipment, or it shows your team's equipment, I'm sorry. And this will show up above the person's head, but there's a trick to this one. This is actually the only one, since it's newer. If you want this one, you have to open the console in CSGO, type plus, and then type in the rest of this. So you're going to want to type in plus CL underscore show underscore team underscore equipment. And that'll show you it'll show you your team's equipment, what they have, grenades, above their head, which is very helpful in some situations. I don't use it much, but is a new command and it's very cool. So mat monitor gamma. It makes your brightness as bright as it can be. So just brightness control. We have HUD player count, show count. It just shows the player count in a simple way. Player count simple. Radar scale is just the scale of the radar, which is just the size of the radar compared to the rest of the screen. We have radar always centered, 0, so that way I'm not always in the center of the radar. That way I have a better view of the whole map. So off, or I'll just put center of radar value. And if you see a value that's 0, it usually means that there's 0 or 1. So in programming, in any type of programming, 0 means off, 1 means on. So we have this always centered 0, that means that it's off. We have the interp ratio and the interp, which you're just going to want to keep these both untagged, but put them in. Lastly, well, not lastly, but next we have rate, 128,000, which is just the refresh rate of the server or something like that. It's gonna put refresh rate. It's either the refresh rate of server or something to do with the tick rate. I don't know. Just put it in. Next we have use by menu, which means that when you press the use key, you open the by menu, which obviously you don't want, so that's off. So, sorry, open by menu with use key off. Raw input, which just makes sure that you're not using any type of mouse acceleration, and I'm sorry. So it makes sure that you're not using any type of mouse acceleration. I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong, but who cares? In that there's not any type of outside program trying to mess with, you know, how your mouse is moving, and that exactly where you point with your mouse is exactly where you'll shoot with your mouse. If you have any questions, post it in the comment section below. Like the video, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.